Hello students, I am very too glad to introduce you about the lecture series of 9th standard science subject physics. So we will be starting about this chapter. The name of the chapter is motion. Let's see first what is the scope of the chapter so that we will come to know that what we are going to study in this chapter. So scope of the chapter consists of very first introduction. In this introduction we are going to see about the concept of the motion, and in concept of the motion how this particular motion concept is been applied in our day-to-day life, what does it means, and later on we will be seeing about what is the exact definition of the motion according to physics point of view. Later on we will be seeing about the concept of distance and displacement. Distance and displacement concept are very important in this chapter because this is the very fundamental concept, and all the quantities which henceforth coming in this chapter will be depending totally on this distance and displacement. So it is important to study initially is what is called as the distance and displacement of the object. Initially distance and displacement, these two quantities look same, but when you will study it in detail, then you will come to know that what does it exactly means distance, and what does it means by displacement. Later on, depending upon the distance and displacement, we are going to study about the uniform and non-uniform motion of the object. What does it mean by when an object is performed the uniform motion? What does it mean by when an object is performed in non-uniform motion? Depending upon the distance and displacement, later on we are going to study about the concept of speed and velocity. What is the definition of the speed? How the speed can be represented? The formula of the speed can be represented. How the velocity of this will be represented by means of formula. How these two quantities are differ from each other. Initially speed and velocity look same, but actually there is vast difference between speed and velocity. So later on, depending upon the velocity, we are going to study about the acceleration, and we have the graphical representation of the motion. You will be surprised to know that the motion of an object can also be represented with the help of graphs. So this graphical representation of the motion, in this article we are going to study. Basically two graphs we are going to study, that is nothing but distance and time graph, or distance versus time graph, and velocity versus time graph. Later on we will be seeing about the equations of motion by graphical method. The motion can also be represented with the help of some mathematical expressions. By this graphical method, how those equations of motion can be determined, that we are going to study in this chapter. And at last we are going to study about the circular motion of the object. Since there are various types of motions in physics, there are various types of motions that you will be going to study in your further standards, but in this chapter at last we will have a small introduction about what is called as the circular motion, so that you will come to know that how the same concepts of distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration, that can also be applied to the further different types of motion. So that's why this circular motion, a little bit concept is been introduced at the last. So this is about the brief introduction about what we are going to study in this chapter. So let's start about what is called as the motion of an object. In day-to-day practice also we carry out this particular word motion of an object, but strictly speaking motion is the term which is related with the movement of an object. So if you see the definition of the motion from physics point of view, it can be dealt like this: a body is said to be in motion when its position changes continuously with respect to a stationary object or a fixed point. Now what is this fixed point? This fixed point is also considered as the reference point. So the exact definition of the motion consists of, it is the change in position of the object, and this change in position of the object is continuous, and this change in position of the object continuously changes with respect to time. So when I say that it is with respect to time, that means as the time lapses, the position of an object is continuously changing. So in precise definition we can call the definition of an object, no doubt it is the change in position of the object, but this change in position of the object is with respect to some reference point. Now this reference point word is very important over here. What does it mean by reference point? Reference point will be any object which is fixed, and from that fixed point all the measurements in this motion can be taken. So what is this reference point? This reference point may be any object. This may be a pole, this may be a traffic signals pole, this may be a post office box, this may be any building, this may be your home from where the journey of an object is starting. So this reference point is necessary to study about the motion of an object. So the body is said to be in motion when its position changes continuously with respect to a stationary object or a fixed point, that is called as in motion, and this particular fixed point is called as the reference point. What examples we can study over here? These examples are nothing but, you can take any examples like moving a car or a movement of a car, or a bike is moving from one place to another place, a truck is moving, if you are going by train, then the movement of the train from one station to another station. All these are nothing but the examples of the motion of an object. One thing again I would like to tell over here, when I say that an object, in some books you will find the word thing is used, in some book you will find the object is used, in some book you will find a point object is used, a point or a thing is used. So all these words are having the same meaning over here. This object may be anything, this object may be a bike, this object may be a car, this object may be a train, this object may be a man or a human being, this object may be an aeroplane which is moving over here. So necessarily this object should be in motion, then and only the change in position of the object is considered as the motion of the object. Now different types of motions are there in physics, but all these types of motions we are not going to study in this chapter. So for example, we can consider some objects are performing the motion in to and fro way, in a rapid way, so that is considered as the vibratory motion. Vibratory motion is very well known to you. When we put our mobile phone on vibration mode, then instead of ringing, the mobile shakes rapidly. This shaking of the phone rapidly is called as the vibrations, and this particular motion of an object is called as the vibratory motion. Then there are some other kinds of motion also, oscillatory motion. Suppose the pendulum bob is there, and this pendulum is oscillating to and fro from left to right and right to left, which is hanged by a thread at a particular point, fixed point. So this particular motion is considered as an oscillatory motion. Circular motion is that kind of motion when the object is performing its motion along the circumference of the circle, then this particular motion is considered as the circular motion. Simple harmonic motion is also kind of motion, but you are going to study it in detail when you will be going in 11th and 12th standard. You will come to know that some objects are harmonically moving. This type of harmonic motion of an object is considered as a simple harmonic motion. Okay, so this is what is called as the brief introduction about the motion of an object. So in second part we are going to study about what is called as the distance and what is called as the displacement of an object. Till you just take a look on these concepts, try to understand this concept. We'll be meeting in the second part very soon. Thank you.